we're getting into that Future album later on today. And we're going to uncover this Future and YB beef. YB called me yesterday. Was it yesterday? I'll give the fans this. I'll explain a little bit more when I get on the bigger stream. But YB did call me. When was it, yesterday or the day before? I'll tell you this. That boy was on bad timing. And if his attitude is going to match the music, pray for the industry.
So Future drops a brand new album, thinking the internet is about to dissect the beats, the bars, the toxic captions, the usual Pluto prophecy. And then here comes NBA YoungBoy kicking the door open like rap's wife at Password personally offended him. 1 minute people are talking trackless, the next minute YoungBoy is online, calling the whole situation a flop, dragging old energy back out the closet, and turning album night into a hip-hop emergency broadcast. And because this is rap drama, nothing stays in one lane, because somehow Future, Blueface, Carlissa, Offset, NLE Choppa, academics, and half the internet ended up in the same digital food fight. The wildest part is not even that YoungBoy snapped. Because let's be serious, when YB gets mad, the internet starts acting like a tornado siren. Us went off in Atlanta. The real gag is that Offset had to slide in like a crisis negotiator. Blueface's side got pulled into the smoke. Carlissa had to clarify her comments, and fans immediately started building conspiracy boards like this was not Instagram Live, but a Marvel post-credit scene. So now everybody is asking the same messy question. Was YoungBoy just emotional? Was this rollout chaos? Or did Future accidentally step into a much bigger rap war than anybody realized? Future probably thought this album rollout was about to be regular superstar business. Drop the project, let the fans argue over the best songs, let the blogs count streams, let Instagram captions get toxic by midnight, and call it another Pluto moment. But instead, NBA.
Shout out to YB for that apology though. He's a good guy. We knew that already though. That wasn't a fun fact. Did you guys see Carlissa though? Hey, shout out to Carlissa though.
NBA YoungBoy turned the whole thing into a digital crime scene before the album just could even settle. The second his name hit the conversation, the mood changed from music review to emergency rap room evacuation. The album was supposed to be the headline, but YoungBoy said absolutely not, because apparently Future's release night needed a plot twist, a fire alarm, and a guest appearance from every chaotic corner of hip-hop. He jumped online with that sharp, reckless, no-filter energy that makes fans drop whatever they are doing and start screen recording like rent depends on it. Suddenly, Future was not just being judged by fans, critics, or streaming numbers. He was being dragged into a personal storm where old feelings, industry politics, and bruised egos were all fighting for camera time. And the way YoungBoy came at it did not feel like a casual opinion from another rapper. It felt like somebody opened a locked room full of old resentment and let every dusty problem fly out at once. He was talking about Future flopping, counting him out, and acting like there was history behind the disrespect that the public never fully saw. That is what made the internet sit up, because this was not giving friendly competition. This was giving, I've been waiting to say this, and tonight everybody is going to hear it. Now, YoungBoy has always been one of those artists where the internet treats his anger like breaking news. Some rappers rant and people scroll past, but when YB starts heating up, everybody acts like the weather forecast just announced a tornado with a Louisiana accent. His fan base moves fast, his critics move faster, and the blogs move like they smelled smoke in a mansion full of celebrities. So, once clips started spreading, it was already too late for damage control, because the narrative had sprinted out the door barefoot. The first layer of the chaos was Future, but the deeper layer was the timing. Future had just stepped into a major album moment, and instead of the conversation staying focused on the music, YoungBoy grabbed the steering wheel and drove the rollout straight into drama traffic. That is why the situation felt so uncomfortable. It was not just one rapper clowning another rapper's album. It was YoungBoy making it sound like Future had personally dismissed him, underestimated him, or tried to play both sides of respect and distance. And let's be honest, hip-hop fans do not need much before they start building a courtroom out of comment sections. One vague line, one angry live stream, one rapper saying "you counted me out," and suddenly everyone is acting like they are lead investigators in a federal case called Operation, who switched sides. Fans started rewinding old clips, pulling up old collaborations, checking who follows who, and connecting dots so aggressively that even the dots probably wanted a lawyer. That is when the story stopped being about Future's album and started becoming about what YoungBoy thinks the industry did to him. Then came the reactions, and that is where the mess started getting louder. People in the rap world were not just laughing it off like another random late-night outburst. The mood was more like, oh no, he is really in that mode again. Reggie's reaction in the transcript captured the feeling perfectly, because he basically looked at the whole situation like YoungBoy getting mad is not entertainment. It is a warning siren. And honestly, that is exactly why the internet could not look away. DJ Academics added even more gasoline by talking about YoungBoy being on bad timing. And that phrase alone gave the drama its villain trailer music, because bad timing in rap does not sound like someone had a bad day. It sounds like studio sessions are about to turn into diss records, group chats are about to leak, and several rappers are about to start pretending they were never involved. Academics framed it like if YoungBoy's attitude matched the music, the whole industry needed to prepare itself, and that made fans treat the rant like a preview, not an accident. That is the scary part of YoungBoy's public blow-ups. With some artists, a rant is just a rant, something messy that disappears by morning when the apology notes app statement hits. But with YoungBoy, fans know the anger can become music, and the music can become a movement, and the movement can turn into everybody picking sides whether they wanted to or not. He does not need a polished rollout team when chaos itself is doing influencer marketing for free. Every clip becomes promotion, every reaction becomes fuel, and every insult becomes a possible song title. Of course, the internet also started dragging NLE Choppa into the conversation, because what is a rap meltdown without at least one extra rapper trying to step near the fire like it is a barbecue? The transcript frames NLE as taking a shot, but the reaction around it was basically people saying, "Sir, this is not the casual diss lane." Academics joke that if somebody wants to diss YoungBoy, they better come with an anthem and military tanks, which is dramatic, ridiculous, and somehow exactly how fans talk about YB beef. That line turned the situation from disagreement into gladiator arena. YSL Woody also became part of the reaction wave, and his point gave the drama another angle. He was basically saying YoungBoy was in his own lane, doing his thing, while others were trying to attach themselves to the motion. That matters because in rap, clout is never just clout. It is currency, reputation, survival, and sometimes a cheap ticket into somebody else's headline. So, when Woody framed it like people were bothering YoungBoy for attention, fans instantly split into two teams. The one saying YB was defending himself, and the one saying he was creating the storm himself. But then the plot took a sharp left turn, because Future was no longer the only name catching sparks. Somehow, Blueface's side of the universe got pulled into the mess, because Carlos Asafold's livestream comments started floating around and YoungBoy heard enough to respond. Now you already know when Blueface, Carlosa, and YoungBoy end up in the same drama sentence, common sense packs a suitcase and leaves town. This was no longer rap beef in a clean, simple lane. This was family livestream energy crashing directly into industry ego. Carlosa allegedly made a comment about YoungBoy that rubbed him the wrong way, and once he reacted, the internet treated it like somebody had thrown a chair at a family reunion. Blueface was nearby in the narrative, Carlosa was explaining herself, fans were clipping every second, and suddenly YoungBoy's Future rant had a whole bonus episode attached. That is what made the scandal feel bigger than one insult. It showed how fast one emotional moment can spread from album commentary to personal disrespect to family side damage. And this is where Offset entering the story changed the entire temperature. Offset, of all people, ended up looking like the calm adult in the room, which nobody had on their 2026 rap bingo card. He got on Live with YoungBoy and started talking him down, reminding him not to let outside comments pull him out of his character. It felt less like a celebrity livestream and more like a late-night intervention where one rapper was trying to stop another rapper from handing the blogs a full week of free headlines. YoungBoy's tone shifted during that conversation, and that shift became one of the most important parts of the story. He admitted he had gotten emotional, said he had been doing better, and apologized to the people he had gone off on. That moment gave the drama an unexpected human layer, because beneath all the insults and viral clips was somebody recognizing he let something pull him backward. But because this is the internet, even an apology could not end the chaos. It only opened a brand new question. What really set him off in the first place? Blueface later accepted the apology and called YoungBoy a good guy, which should have calmed everything down. But of course it did not. Fans were already too deep in detective mode, and once the internet has the magnifying glass out, nobody is leaving peacefully. Some people said YoungBoy had simply flashed out and corrected himself. Others said the future diss felt too specific to be random. And then came the bigger theory that pushed the entire scandal into darker territory. Maybe this was not just about Future at all. That is where Lil Durk's name started floating in the background like the shadowy figure at the end of a Netflix episode. Fans began speculating that YoungBoy's frustration may have been tied to who still rocks with Durk, who is switching sides, and who the industry chooses when somebody is up, down, locked up, or trending. None of that can be treated like confirmed motive, but as internet theory, it became explosive, because the second fans connected Future to bigger rap alliances, the whole story stopped being petty and started feeling political. So by the time the first wave settled, the damage was already done. Future's album rollout had been hijacked by a rant. Blueface's family drama had been pulled into the blast radius. Offset had turned into the surprise peacekeeper, and the rap internet was acting like it had just watched a season premiere with too many villains and not enough security. The mess was loud, fast, and uncomfortable, but it was also revealing, because behind every joke, every clip, and every apology, one thing became painfully clear. YoungBoy was not just reacting to one comment. He was reacting like a man who believes the whole industry has been keeping score. By the time the second wave hit, the internet was no longer reacting like this was a normal rapper rant. This had turned into a full courtroom, a WWE press conference, a Zeus reunion, and a Marvel multiverse collapse, all happening inside one Instagram timeline. Future's album had barely gotten a chance to breathe before everybody started treating YoungBoy's comments like the real lead single. The music conversation was shoved into the passenger seat, while chaos grabbed the wheel and drove straight through the comments section. The clips moved fast, because that is how rap drama breathes now. One person reposts the rant, another adds a dramatic caption, somebody else freezes YoungBoy's face mid-sentence, and within minutes the whole internet is acting like they personally witnessed a betrayal. Fans were not calmly discussing lyrical quality or album sequencing anymore. They were making memes about Future checking his phone, Offset playing therapist, Blueface sitting in the middle of the blast zone, and Carlosa realizing one sentence had just triggered a rap thunderstorm. And the funniest part is that everybody suddenly became an expert in emotional management. People who crash out over a late DoorDash order were online saying YoungBoy needed discipline, therapy, meditation, a juice cleanse, and 3 business days away from Instagram. The same timeline that rewards chaos was now pretending to be concerned citizens with clipboards and soft voices. One minute they were screaming, "Why be standing on business?" And the next minute they were typing, "Someone protect his peace." Like this was not the same drama. They had been refreshing every 8 seconds. Then Offset's role became its own storyline, because nobody expected him to enter the scene as rap's emergency counselor. Offset popped up in this situation with calm advice, telling YoungBoy not to let people pull him out of character, and fans immediately lost it. The jokes wrote themselves. People were acting like Offset had walked into the Avengers headquarters. pressed the red button, and said, "Everybody relax. I got the Baton Rouge section handled." It was so unexpected that the internet treated his calmness like a plot twist with orchestral music behind it. But that apology moment did not just calm people down, it confused them even more. YoungBoy admitted he got emotional, said he had been doing better, and apologized to the people he had gone off on, which should have been the neat ending. But rap drama does not believe in neat endings. The second fans saw him cool down. They started replaying the original rant even harder, because now the contrast made everything look more dramatic. It was like watching somebody flip a table at Thanksgiving, then come back 5 minutes later with napkins and a Bible verse. And then, just when the timeline was trying to process the apology, reports said YoungBoy doubled back on Future again, which made the whole thing feel like emotional whiplash in designer sneakers. That is where people really started losing their minds, because was he sorry? Still mad? Joking? Serious? Healing? Spiraling? Promoting? Or all seven at the same time? Fans were treating the situation like a reality show confession room. Every post became evidence. Every pause became suspicious. And every deleted or reposted clip became a new chapter in the case file. Meanwhile, Blueface and Carlos's side of the drama turned the story from rap beef into reality television with parental supervision gone wrong. Carlos's livestream comment about YoungBoy's intelligence created the spark. YoungBoy responded. Blueface's name got pulled into the smoke. And suddenly this was not just Future versus Y Energy anymore. It was family drama, street pride, internet disrespect, and livestream embarrassment all stacked together like a messy wedding cake. The whole thing felt like Zeus Network accidentally bought a rap blog and forgot to hire security. Carlosa apologizing only added more texture because the internet loves an apology almost as much as it loves the reason the apology happened. She explained that she was talking too fast and did not mean it the way it landed. But by then, the screenshot economy had already opened for business. Fans were dissecting her words, dragging Blueface into it, joking about Nevi getting mentioned, and acting like every person in that orbit had accidentally wandered onto YoungBoy's battlefield wearing bright neon. Nobody was safe from the memes, not even the bystanders. Blueface accepting YoungBoy's apology should have lowered the flames, but it mostly gave people another clip to quote. When he called YoungBoy a good guy, the timeline split again. Some fans said that showed maturity. Some said everybody was trying to avoid more smoke. And others treated it like the funniest diplomatic statement in rap history. It had the energy of two reality TV families almost fighting at brunch. Then one person suddenly saying, "Actually, he's a sweetheart," while the table is still upside down and the cameras are still rolling. The celebrity reaction layer made it even messier because every observer became part of the show. Reggie's reaction in the transcript hit because it captured the internet's basic fear. Nobody really likes when YoungBoy gets mad, because his anger does not feel performative in the usual polished celebrity way. It feels raw, fast, unpredictable, and too close to the speaker. That is why people react differently to him. Some rappers use drama like seasoning. YoungBoy uses it like a match near a gas station. Academics turning the phrase bad timing into a whole warning label gave the scandal another boost. Once he suggested that if YoungBoy's attitude matched the music, the industry should be ready. Fans stopped treating the rant a random flare-up and started treating it as a possible rollout signal. That is what made the memes darker and funnier at the same time. People were joking like, Future got dissed, Blueface got tagged into the match, and the album still might be loading. In other words, chaos became marketing before anyone admitted it was marketing. NLE Choppa's mention brought a different kind of comedy. Because the internet loves watching rappers test doors they may not want opened. The transcript frames the reaction like Choppa needed a bigger anthem if he wanted to be taken seriously against YoungBoy, and that alone turned into a boxing poster moment. Fans started comparing it to WWE entrances, like somebody heard YoungBoy's music hit and suddenly realized they were not dressed for the match. The jokes were brutal because the internet respects confidence. but it loves punishing bad timing even more. YSL Woody's reaction gave the mess a loyalty angle, and that is where the mood shifted from funny to political. His point was basically that YoungBoy was staying in his own lane while others were trying to attach themselves to his motion, and fans immediately started arguing over who was cloud chasing and who was responding fairly. That is the problem with rap drama in 2026. Nobody can simply be irritated anymore. Every reaction becomes strategy. Every diss becomes brand positioning, and every apology gets treated like a stock market correction. Then came the wild comparisons. Because once the internet cannot explain something normally, it turns the whole thing into pop culture soup. People were talking like Future was Thanos sitting on the album throne. YoungBoy was crashing through portals. Offset was Doctor Strange trying to keep the timeline intact. And Blueface's side was the chaotic Disney Plus spin-off nobody asked for, but everybody watched. Others compared it to the Kardashians, because somehow one argument created 5 side plots, 3 apologies to family members, and one comment section acting like divorce court.